Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so not set up. There we go. All right. Charlie wants pizza elemental. I'll try. All right, it is day 13. I mean, we can try to fight it. We can try to find it. We can try to fight it. I don't think I'm... I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything to it, but we can at least see it. Well, we'll see. I'm off to fight a giant pizza. You got it, buddy. So, evidently, I have to go find graffiti. Which I think there's graffiti outside either Aziza's. Oh, maybe it's Wit. You have to like read them. Sometimes I wish I was what I was when I wished I was what I am now. Deep. Sweeping Sir James was here. I'd give my right hand to be ambidextrous. Latest drag race results. Salt 5, the rest 0. Sweeping Sir James was here. You know, see game. Oh. Well, that would have required me to actually switch over to my gameplay. I'll just describe it to you. Just going to tell you what I'm doing. Whoops. Oh my God, so professional. Hold on. There we go. All right. There might be something else I have to do to make the right. Graffiti appear first. Hmm. I'm pretty sure that was all user error. It wasn't me. I gotta go to the other walkthrough that I had pulled up. Some weird background noise, I'll tell you that. I mean, maybe it's just very rare graffiti. After clicking on graffiti sufficiently, it should say the doom from the east has passed and is now between here and infinity. That what does just means forever. Just keep clicking. Keep gaming. I mean, I don't want to give up. I mean, I don't know that reading the graffiti is. Palace of the Fighters West. Good morning, Rakish. Okay. Maybe the graffiti is not important. Head north on Saif Darb. Wrong way. Okay. North on Saif Darb. Turn left on Askari Darb. Eventually, I guess I'll turn left. Turn left on Iscari Darb and follow street. There wasn't a left. Yeah. You think it came up earlier? There was a much larger box. You mean the chat box? I mean, I didn't disable clips. I guess it was never enabled in the first place because I haven't really done anything. The settings are the settings. I don't think that I don't think the graffiti, like, the graffiti, I guess, is a puzzle to tell you how to find it. I don't think it, like, sets it's off. But I know what I do have to do. I mean, I guess I don't really have to. Because I don't consider there's any way that I'm going to defeat the pizza elemental. I would have had to have been involved in some hardcore pizza training all this time. So I think really we're just going to go out into the desert to view the pizza elemental and be killed by it, and then continue on with our gaming. Don't think this walkthrough gave very good instructions to get the pizza box. Thank you. I bet it's here. I'm pretty sure I have to go down this way. Yeah. You decide to do your bit for world conservation and remove the box in the street. You take it into your possession. Okay, we have a pizza box. There is nothing left in the box. This square flat box is made from a material that somewhat resembles paper, except it is harder. Okay, so how's my water skeins? 3 mostly full. That's not gonna cut it in the desert. My rations, 15. It's probably fine. All right. Let's go, veggie. So the instructions are we go down until our horizon flips. Okay. Now we go west forever. No! What the? It's a golf flag. It's just a mirage. Oh, shit. 2,401. Well, then east. No, west. Don't forget the horizon flipped, so when we were walking forward and whatever. Come on. Deacon. Deacon. I ain't got time. I have to save my strength to fight a pizza elemental. Oh no. Is that the King's Quest guy? I think that hat is supposed to be the King's Quest. King, whatever his name is. He really was just a mirage. Yeah, I think it was supposed to be Graham died in the desert. Just a little poke at Roberta. And who's her husband, whose name I keep forgetting. Roberta and Bobby D. Ken, of course. I don't know, but when we play that, the quest, not Quest for Glory, the King's Quest that I enjoyed was 6. Because it was more, I don't know, King's Quest has a weird sense of humor also. I didn't quite get into their sense of humor. That's 6. That's the good one. 7's okay. It's the cartoony one. No, it's like the one that's all hand drawn animation. I mean, I know it's all hand drawn animation, but you know what I mean. It actually looks like a cartoon. And Here Today, Gone Tomorrow, I believe, is voiced by Robbie Benson. He plays the main character. Getting real sick of your shit, Veggie. So if I'm on the right path, evidently I have to walk westward. Well, I guess I was on the right path. There you go, guys. There's your pizza elemental. Oh, good lord, it's disgusting. Looks like a pizza cockroach. Mamma mia, this heat is murderous. Why is this city in the middle of nowhere? Oh dear. Why did you run up to it? You exist? Ever since I have been in the desert, I have seen nothing but monsters and things that do not exist. Where did you come from? You tell the creature that you are from the city of Shapir. Seriously? Is it really possible that I have missed it? You ask the creature what kind of being it is and why it is looking for Shapir. I am supposed to visit the city and feast upon it. This is what we elementals excel at. You realize that the creature, odd as it looks, nevertheless has malicious intentions. You wonder what you should do. Fight the creature or trick the creature. So we're going to fight the creature because my understanding, tricking the creature, if I even succeed at it, just like makes him go away. Fighting it will continue this odd adventure. I won't defeat him. And even if you do, it takes a long time, evidently. You inform the creature that you are the hero of Shapir, and if it wishes to do harm to the city, it'll have to do so over your dead body. You wish to fight? Is this a joke? I have used bigger shrimps than you as toppings. You tell the creature to flee or fight. I will give you a fight, little one. All right. Oh, good lord. dear. Oh, good lord. Move, move! I died. You find out you don't compress nearly as neatly as the thing that just ate you. I told you. I'll try one more time. Oh, man. No, from my readings, it has no weakness that I know of. It is... it has 100 health hit points, and you can only do 1 point of damage to it at a time, is what I've read. So I would have to play this, I think, a long time to try to survive the onslaught. From what I saw, the people that are able to defeat him that have much higher stats than our Reggie does, it's like a 10 to 15 minute battle of just whittling away like the 1 health points. Are you satisfied though, having seen the pizza monster? So if you defeat it, evidently, you know, you weaken it, and then you can trap it in the pizza box, and then evidently you can eat it, and it gives you like your health back or something. It's freaky is what it was. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're strong enough to defeat the pizza elemental and withstand all that, you probably don't need an instant heal for anything else. Killed another man. Just want a sword. Is that so hard? Yeah. You just really have to be able to survive what it's doing to you long enough to whittle away its health, I guess. Alrighty, let's see. We are on day 13 in the morning. Don't think there's much else to do today. Go train a little bit. Oh, sorry. I thought we were friends, dude. Still so mean to me. I was trying to mash some buttons, but I don't think I was mashing the right ones. But can I talk to you about the pizza elemental? Let's go fight, lady. Put your baby down. The articles that I had seen did not mention the attack where it grabs you with its little tentacles and like gives you a whole heck of a lot of damage. Yeah. Well, thanks for the lesson. It'll come in handy in my next game. Ooh, getting all my skills up. Okay, bye. How's my rations? Still good. Anything happening tonight, dude? Otherwise, I'm going to bed. Good morning. My honor is 110. My communication is 92. That's got to be pretty good. Uh-oh. Alas, again, our great city is in peril. The most feared of all elementals has been unleashed upon us, the water elemental. Oh, no. You'd think Shamin would have mentioned it. Oh, wait, he never does. The creature of water prevents any from approaching the fountain. I fear we will soon have no water. Shima, thank you. I only know that elementals are dangerous. The water elemental in the fountain of town is the greatest of misfortunes. We shall all die of thirst. That's pretty bad. Get a big sponge. The opposite of water is a sponge. Do you know anybody that sells loofahs? Okay, so goodbye. Goodbye. Trying to be polite, raise my communication. Alrighty. Let's go. Well, I guess I should go talk to people. Who would be water? Aziza will help me. She always do. Hi, honey bunny. Thank you for the kindness you have shown Julinar. You are a true hero for helping her. Come in, sit down, and be welcome. I'ma kiss you before this day is done, Aziza. I'll save first, though. Shall we share tea? Spill the tea, honey. Thank you for the tea. I'm gonna do it. You are most brash, but I will assume that you mean only to flatter me. I don't know if that damages my reputation. I probably shouldn't do it. Let's talk about the water elemental, honey. Perhaps it would be well to show you as well as to tell you about such things. The essence of water is wetness. The elemental will draw all water into itself. It can draw water from the very body of a human that approaches it. In the fountain, the water elemental will draw upon the boundless magical stream, which is the lifeblood of the city. People will be dying of thirst as it grows in power enough to engulf the entire city in a flood. Can't we drink the elemental? As long as the water elemental is in the fountain, the elemental cannot be harmed or contained. It is only vulnerable to air. Once away from the fountain, it will be drawn to the nearest source of water. You might then contain it. Thank you. Yeah, my water skins, I guess, should be the only thing that, has Wawa in it. Besides my little cup here. Water rules this day, both lack of it and the surfeit of it? You should either invest heavily in wine or water wings. A water elemental at this time would be deadly. The dragon is high, and all things magical in nature are more powerful. She mentions what? During the first explanation of elementals. A big sponge? Oh, hey. Watery tart. Water it be today, matey. Did you see the swell elemental that's made such a splash in the fountain? She's awfully soppy and tends to gush, but I tell you, Eddie, that, and I don't mean to deluge you, there's an undercurrent of still water running steep. If I were you, I'd rain away. I'm not gonna buy them. Ahoy, me boy, and shiver me timbers. You got what it takes to make a lady legs limber. Pieces of 8, mate, and blow the maid down. Sweep her off her feet, and then clear out of town. Below the maid. Arr, me bucko, if you be thirstin' to sponge off the maritime maiden, you'll need to air out a few things first, or you'll be seeing the waters pout. Arr. Probably. can't expect the elemental to simply jump into your water skin on its own. You'll have to think of something else. Well, that was easy. You pick up the water skin that now contains the essence of the water elemental. When you hold the water skin up to your ear, you hear a low swirling sound as the elemental moves about inside the container. That would not have been helpful. Everybody, you can drink water again. The coast is clear. Imagine if any of the mages in this city actually bothered to do any of the work themselves. There's full-fledged other wizards here. Hey, I took care of it. Everything's gone. Alright, well, let me go. That's true. No, I'm talking about Aziza and Keepon. They're obviously not just sitting in wit, doing nothing. Yeah. Aziza. Sure, that's what they all say. I could have done it, but I wanted to see if you could do it. Ooh, my honor went up. Wonder why. Oh, maybe because I beat that thing. Hmm. Your name will be told in the tales of the kata as long as there are kata to tell them. We kata tried to think of some way to say how much we were grateful. Please accept this gift of a sapphire pin. May it do you good. You take the sapphire pin and place it through your lapel. Thanks. Is it magical? Haven't used its oil yet. Hey, like, did you hear that I defeated another elemental? I'm a pretty big deal. I need your praise and admiration. Fine, whatever. I'm never gonna be good enough for you, Harik. I didn't see you doing anything about the fountain monster. I'm going to my room. I'll come out tonight. Hello. It is a good thing that you are around to save us, Reggie. Thank you, Abdullah. Rabbit and chicken. Thank you. Thank you, Shima. There will be a caravan to Raistir leaving later this month. I, for one, am happy not to have to be on it. All right, well, I'm going to bed if that's all there is. The Enchantress Aziza sends you this message of gratitude and requests that you visit her home tomorrow. Tomorrow? My girlfriend wants to see me tomorrow. I'm so excited. The kata are most thankful that you have come to Shapeir. Thank you. Maybe. She might plant that kiss on us herself. Aziza, baby. Prep that good old save spot. Centime for the poor, Effendi. Centime for the poor. You back again? Oh. Hey, I'm here now. Hi, Snookums. I wish to speak with you tomorrow about Raysir. I intend to work some magic tonight to gather information about the things you will face. I will let you know at our meeting what I find out. But forgive me, I have forsaken my manners. Come in, sit down, and we shall share tea and talk, hero of Shapeir. No, this or that. My personal choice of game is my own interpretation of the Wizard's Whirl. Oh. What is your game? The Sadis are the tantric powers of mastery over the elements of air, earth, fire, and water. My version of the Wizard's Whirl, which I call Simsadi, assists those of wizard kind in developing these powers. Each player controls a small, elemental-like creature as it tries to reach the center of the game tapestry. The tapestry itself contains areas representing the primal elements, and you must help your creature traverse these areas. You play the game by casting spells. Each turn, the player is required to either cast one spell on the board or move his creature to another tier on the board, if possible. Afterward, the creature will attempt to travel around the board. Casting trigger will change the form of your creature according to the elemental cycle. Earth to air, air to earth, earth to fire, fire to water, or water to air. Casting flame dart will change an earth zone on the tapestry to fire. These games require a lot of thinking. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna okay, this. No. You son of a bitch. I feel like we're both stuck. I feel like you cheated in that game. What was the point? But thank you, ma'am. Goodbye. Thanks for letting me practice my magic. Ooh, my mana 107. Magic 115. Intelligence 93. Not bad. Oh my god, the day is still dawning. Not that many things I can do. Oh, I always go to you by accident. If I knew how to fight you, I would. I know, I've been getting a lot better. Yeah. See how well I do if you'd actually let me hold a sword. Yeah, I look pretty winded. You're the one who fell down twice. I mean, thank you for agility, vitality, luck. I'm getting better. I'm a strong boy. Actually, I probably should just sleep until evening, eat some dinner, and start the next day. But actually, right now, I'm going to go get something to drink. Okay. Right. Let's beat this game. See if anything's happening tonight. Ye old inn. Nothing. Alright, good night, everybody. There's a dog trying to get in my room. Hero, the Enchantress Aziza requests that you visit her home this day. I remember you told me yesterday. Alright, well, give me some breakfast and I'll get going to my girlfriends. Thank you, Shima. She's a pip. Okay, bye guys. Off to my girlfriend. The poet Omara will thrill all who hear her with his words of song after the setting of the sun in our own inn. Oh joy. It has been said that you are going to journey to Raysir. The Kata will hope for your safety and wish for your success, friend of the Kata. Well, that's the first I'm hearing of it. Ooh, ding-a-ding-a-ding. You have saved the city through your resourcefulness and bravery. You are very much a hero. Welcome to my home, Reggie. May your deeds be remembered forever. I worked some magic last night to uncover information about your trip to Raysir. I need to discuss this with you. Come in, sit down, and we shall speak. Welcome, stranger. I shall be honored to have you for a guest. Gronkity gronk? Perhaps he has a Saurus throatus? Come in, we shall all sit and see what we shall see. Oh. You are obviously enchanted, so we need now to see what is your true form. It was an Alsaurus three-way. Water of wisdom, liquid of life, I call upon thee 3 times 3. Mirror without what lies within, so we shall have the true to see. Look into the water, and we shall see your true form. I definitely don't remember this. Ah, the Amir Arus al-Din. There was good reason why my spell could not locate you in Raysir. We've been riding the Amir all this time? I don't remember this. You are under a most powerful enchantment. The caster must be a very skilled wizard to craft such a spell. Water of wisdom, liquid of life. Knowledge now is what I seek. Reveal the caster of the spell upon the one which I bespeak. You must take the caravan to Raysir. I will keep the Amir with me for safekeeping while you find the means to restore him to his rightful shape. We all are hoping for your success, hero, and eagerly await the pleasure of your return. You await the pleasure of my return? Farewell, Reggie. So Veggie was the Amir all along, and we own him. Can I go back in and see my... Oh. She won't let me in to see my, Well, I guess I'll just go do some training. Hi, guys. So, hero, not being content with merely having saved the city, I see that you are about to attempt to save the land of Shaipir as well. I have seldom met one with such power and so much wisdom and courage as you have shown. Few users of magic dare face what you have faced to protect this city. That's probably why he always runs. The journey you are about to make is to a very dark and dangerous place. The foe you will face is very powerful in the ways of magic. Be wary and alert, for you will be surrounded by enemies. Yet trust your instincts, my friend, for you still may make allies by your actions. All of us in this city will be hoping for your safety, for all know of the seriousness of your mission. May fortune smile upon you, Reggie. Keep your weapon handy, hero, and don't let your enemies get you. You and I maybe practice some more when you get back. Well, thank you. I didn't mean to click that. I sure hope nothing prevents me from coming back. Who invited you? Although, I mean, she comes with us, so it is her land that we're going back to. Your move, punk. Yeah. Ooh. I landed a critical hit on her. Oops, I stopped paying attention. No, she said something different that time. Jumping back is often the most inefficient way to defend yourself, as you give up terrain and you'll be left in a position where a quick counterattack is not an option. Yet, by using your instincts, you will be able to launch the occasional counterattack against your foe, doing larger amounts of damage. When you avoid attacks by jumping backward, the leaping lunge may be triggered at random. This, you tell me, on day 15? Well, thanks, guys. It's been real. Who should I practice magic with? Maybe I'll just go fight something. The caravan to Racer will leave with the dawn of tomorrow's sun, hero. Oh, I don't. That's right. I don't have. So sad. Veggie's gone. Maybe. I'm gonna be a good paladin. I'm gonna just take a nap till Omar talks. Okay. The poet will soon speak if you will be but seated. The Sultan of Shaipir has now decreed that this hero is a hero here indeed. For actions fundamental in dispelling elementals, a reward for who he freed us with all a reward for he who freed us with all speed. From the Sultan, may he reign forever, we present thee with this purse for the services most brave and daring against the elementals of earth and water. Woo! Now I'm rich. Time for more bad battle rap. In the month of the serpent, in the year of the spear, darkness passed over the town of Raisir, and the rumor had been said that the old emir was dead, for Aruz al-Din had seemed to disappear. The emir had a brother who quickly took the throne, but the shadow lurking under soon was known, for the Kata were exiled, and the Raisir was then defiled by the rules and regulations that were shown. The Sultan sent his men to restore Raisir to right, but they did not even have a chance to fight, for as they crossed the land, a tremendous storm of sand forced his forces to retreat from their plight. So now the rumors told of the city of Raisir that the darkness shadows everything in fear, and he that now does rule has the emir as his tool, disobedience brings punishment severe. The moral of the story, as the best of tales must tell, of the horrors of the orders that befell, is the simple corollary that the hero must be wary ere he journeys to that shadow's citadel, and we bid him luck and wish him farewell. Deepest, bluest, my hat is like a shark's fin. As you travel to Raisir, Reggie, know that all of us in Shaipir wish for your safety and the success of your mission. I wasn't aware I was going on a mission till today. Okay. Well, thanks everybody. Now we travel to Raithir. What the? Hero, it is time for you to awaken. Even now the caravan to Raithir is preparing to depart. Once you leave Shapeir, you will be on your own. We can but give you some supplies to make your journey easier. These rations should last you for one more week. I have also prepared an extra set of clothes for you. You're the best, Shima. I bet your husband didn't help with any of that. How? I mean, I have everything I need. Shima has given you a spare suit of clothes for overnight trips, sales meetings, etc. I will be happy to listen to your stories when you return, hero friend, but I wish not to waste any of your time now. I regret that there is no time for tales, hero. You must finish your preparations before the caravan leaves you behind. Well, I have nothing in my chest, so if that's what you're asking me to gather, I'm good. Did nothing. Let's go. I'm ready. Oh my. Cats really do get up early in the morning. The inn is filled with kata merchants who wish you luck upon your departure. Aw, thanks guys. As you pass through the gate of Shapeir, the gate guards present you with a new Saurus, a gift from the Sultan. Yeah, but it's not Reggie. And what's the other thing? Ahead in the desert sands awaits a mass of Sauri and riders being led by the caravan master, a huge centaur who orders the caravan into motion before the sun can be seen. Is that what this one is? The dragon? Oh yeah, I guess it's the dragon. Dragon in the hand. You ride out to join in this new adventure, pausing only to watch the sunrise. Oh, good lord. Nice dissolve. What is that? Oh, we're being attacked. Oh dear. The caravan comes under siege from hundreds of nomadic brigands. Your small group is vastly outnumbered. The situation looks grim. Oh no! I should have waited to get my drink. Do that little baby dance. Oh dear. I love the smell of victory in the morning. It smells like sweat. No. Oregano. No, like victory. Yeah, victory. Yeah. Yeah, that's the ticket. Wow, we killed a lot of people. We killed like hundreds of people. After a week of traveling, you leave the caravan when it comes within sight of the city of Raisir. The caravan master warns you that Raisir is a dangerous place to be and bids you be wary of all you meet there. He rears up and salutes you. With his human hand or his horse hand? And you watch the caravan move onward into the desert. You ride alone to the entrance to Raisir and pass through the barred gates which barely open for you. Stay where you are, stranger, or you'll discover how sharp a weapon can be. So you're the one they call the hero of Shaipir. Well, understand this. We don't need no stinking heroes around here. Do I make myself clear? Yes. See that you obey all the rules posted around town. Rule number 1, strangers must always carry their visa. Do you have your visa? No. Already breaking the rules, are you? Here is your visa. Don't leave town without it. He slapped me. He slapped the hero of Shaipir. Reggie's first slap. Okay. Oh, sorry. By order of Kaveen, you are not allowed to leave the city without showing your visa, yellow-haired dog. Your papers are in order. You may pass. The Saurus is an amazing beast. This steed must have remained at the gate, waiting your future need while you carried on your business in Raisir. I didn't even have to apply or anything, or provide proof of who I was. I don't know that I can actually do anything out here. I was just kind of wondering if I could. How dare you walk around without your visa? Wait a minute. Visa, please. Oh, visa. The blue parrot. Of all the gin joints in all the world, you had to walk into this one. A hush comes over the bar as people notice you and eye you sullenly. Will you look what crawled in here from the desert? He has been out in the sun so long his hair's gone yellow. Now, Wilmer. Oh, I can't do a Peter Lorre voice. Now, Wilmer, he is a stranger to our fair city. You wouldn't want to give the wrong opinion about the hospitality of Raysir. Come here, stranger. I see you have already made the acquaintance of Kaveen, our illustrious captain of the Rysarian Guard. So perhaps you already have an idea of Rysarian hospitality. Come here, sit down and let us have a little chat, you and I. The huge man has a very jovial expression as he proceeds to swat a fly with the tail of some sort of animal. The man glares back at you. This is not the face you associate with bartenders. It reminds you more of Bruno from Spielberg. Definitely not a man to mess with. The shelf is dirtier than the bar, only because the bar customers keep the bar clean with their dirty shirt sleeves. It is an ex-parrot. It had one too many, that is to say one, gin sling. Actually, it's just pining for the fjords. Leave him there, he's the mascot. Okay, evil man. Welcome to the Blue Parrot. I am Ferrari, Signor Ferrari. Sit down, my dear sir. Relax. You are among friends here. If you don't mind me saying so, you look like a man with a mission. I like that in a man. But perhaps a word of caution. In a city such as Raysir, there are many depths to the problems. Do not try to change things here too quickly. You will find that the system is not so bad once you get used to it. I mean, he's got that hand on my shoulder. He's flipping his crop. However, it would be very dangerous to try to alter that system. You might make enemies. Enough of such morbid thoughts, though. Perhaps we should share a drink in honor of our new relationship. Not friendship, relationship. Would you prefer Raysir Irish coffee or gin sling? Hi! You are obviously a very busy man, as am I. Perhaps we can talk over drinks another time. I will not detain you longer. Wilmer, show our friend to the door. As you leave the room, you see the jovial expression harden to a glare. It is obvious that Senor Ferrari is not used to being ignored. You also find that you are no longer welcome at the Blue Parrot Inn. Since you have no place to spend the night, you are soon arrested for vagrancy. Oh my. Okay, I guess we will be drinking with the mob boss. Well, the gin sling killed the parrot, but a wise choice. I dislike a man who doesn't drink. It reveals a distinct lack of trust, and you can trust me, my good sir. Wilmer, a drink for our young friend. This is shady. Let us drink to our fortunate meeting. The drink is sweet with a very bitter aftertaste. It has an odd, almost chemical taste. You feel a bit odd. Signor Ferrari smiles at you and starts to question you. He is particularly interested in Shaipir and questions you thoroughly. You are having a difficult time trying not to say too much. There's much to what you say. and much more to what you don't say, I suspect. We will reserve a room here for you tonight. You will need to return here before dark, for it is forbidden to be out at night. Join me this evening and we will talk some more. I have some information which may prove useful to you. I will see you later. I have some thinking to do now. He's got some serious drinking to do. Ooh, Reggie's first mob boss. Okay, guess he's done with us. That is Senor Ferrari, you punk. Okay, see you guys at sunset. While Raisir and Shaipir are supposed to be twin cities, a large part of the city appears to be blocked off. At least you can use the map to see where you are. Oh, can't go anywhere there. Okay. And what time is it? Mid-afternoon. Am I not carrying my visa? This is a, oh. Not a happy city. Roads closed by order of Kaveen. It is forbidden to be on the streets at night. You must carry your visa at all times. What a sad little city. Oh my. Everything not mandatory is forbidden. Some men are more equal than others. I guess maybe this is an announcement that's happening while I'm walking. All men are equal. What a depressing city. Where am I going? Almost there. Hi. Mind if I just go in? I would need to do something about the guards first. Interference with a guard in his duties is a punishable offense. Loitering is forbidden. Move on. Okay, I'd probably better do that before. An order from her guard as a rule. Rules must be obeyed. Follow the system. Hmm. I mean, I don't know that I need to walk all the streets. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. But I'm trying to see if there's something to see in this town. Suicide is punishable by death. Well, it doesn't seem like there's anything besides the blue parrot and the palace. Alright, confirmed. Oops, sunset approaches. Let's go. Come join me here, my dear sir. We're still a novelty in Racier, and I take a vested interest in all things new. It is time we discuss some things together, you and I. Okay, but I'm going to save first because I'm probably going to make you angry. I wish to tell you a story, a fable that has a moral. How you choose to react to this moral is your own life. As you well know, the old emir was deposed last year, and his brother took over the palace. Racier used to be a place with very few laws and restrictions, a place where the streets were filled with people and merchants and water flowed free from the fountain. That has changed with the coming of Kaveen and his master. A new order has been established. The weak have perished or fled. Only the strong who adapted remain. Those that could not adapt were destroyed. You are strong, but it remains to be seen how adaptable you are. It would be a great shame for you to wind up in Kaveen's dungeons. Enough of that for now. I have someone I would like you to meet. Ugarte, I would like to introduce you to Reggie. I am very pleased to make your acquaintance. I have heard much about you already. Ugarte here provides an invaluable service to this community. He obtains things for others which are otherwise unobtainable. For a nominal fee, of course. It seems he has some information for you. A rumor, perhaps, that may influence your actions. I will be happy to share such information for, say, 5 dinars. Yeah, that's fine. Kaveen has sent the word out to his men that you are to be watched at all times. It seems that, someone is very interested in your actions. You should be aware that Kaveen does not usually greet strangers at the gate. You were expected. Why would he take an interest? There is the little matter of a prophecy to be fulfilled, and this one may be the one. I suspected before that you were a very dangerous man to have, Reggie. It seems I am correct. Still, it will be very interesting to see how this game plays out. You may stay tonight in the first room past the door on the left. Thank you. You may call me Ugarte. I make my living off of rumors. This someone told Kaveen to watch for you. It is interesting to see Kaveen play the lackey around here. Kaveen is not the person in charge in Racier, although he would like to believe otherwise. About that one, I can say no more. It is said that the whisper of his name will draw his attention. I have no wish for him to notice me. Kaveen likes to be the one to give the orders around here. He is not happy when he is forced to follow them. It is said that someone is waiting for someone to open a door to something. I have had no desire to learn more about it. Things dealing with magic are best left alone. We are old friends, are we not, Ferrari? There is much profit to be made here if a man keeps his eyes open for opportunity. It would be hard for someone such as myself to make a living in Shaipir, so I have heard. There are so few laws to work around. I do what I can to help those poor unfortunate who live around here. Water is my specialty. Since the fountain has dried up, the only place to get water is from the Emir's men. The only place other than myself, that is. It is surprising how much water is worth to one who is thirsty. The new Emir is as big a fool as his brother was. I have heard that he hides in the palace and will not leave his room. The palace of Raysir is very lovely and dangerous. All the wealth of Raysir remains there, and all the dungeons as well. It is said that the only way to leave Raysir's dungeons is to die. Since the fountain does not give water, it stands to reason that someone has to. And you would not believe how much the Emir's men charge for water. It is a crime. Fortunately, my prices are much more affordable. I am Ferrari. You may call me Signor Ferrari. There are no secrets in Raysir. At least, none I am willing to spread. To speak of. The Blue Parrot is the very center for life in Raysir. Everybody goes to the Blue Parrot. Yeah, there's literally nothing else going on in this town. Ugarte and I are old friends. I came to Raysir a little over a year and a half ago now. A man of my stature has no problem making a profit out of any situation. It is not profit that brought me here, though. I came seeking. But I see that I am boring you. Enough of that subject. There is nothing about Shape here which interests me, except for what you have told me. Bye! Well, if you're done with me, sir, I guess I'll go to bed. Ew! What a creepy little room. You slept fitfully, dreaming of rat-like monsters pulling at you. In your dream, you felt cruelly exposed, but you recovered. Signor Ferrari sends his regrets, but he had some rather disturbing news. He will talk to you this evening. Okay. You serve breakfast here? Oh no, I've already gone through 2 rations. Oh, I can only look at it. I can't quick travel. Hmm. What am I supposed to do with my days? Am I just supposed to walk around? Oh, what's happening there? You see several people gathered in the south part of the plaza. Do not interfere. Hero, you must help me. Do something. The swords of the guards press deeper into your skin. There are no heroes in this town. You of all men should know that, Ugarte. I know very little. I am innocent. What is going on? If you are so innocent, then what is this? I don't know how that water bag could have gotten there. Someone must have planted it on me. Water skins under your tunic, Ugarte. You know that smuggling water is a crime against the state. You also know what we do to criminals like you. No, no, please, I am innocent. I do not know how it got there. No. Hero, help! This is the fate of anyone who breaks the rules of the city. Remember this and see that you do not suffer the same fate. Somebody lick that water up. I hope you are smart enough to learn this lesson. You do not want to see the dungeons of Racier. Drink the water, drink the water, drink the water. Probably. I mean, it seems like a possibility. I gotta go tell Senor Ferrar. If you are truly a hero, follow me. Quickly, before the guards come. Oh, low. Please, you must help me. Take off your clothes. I must leave the city before I am forced to marry Kaveen. I have heard you are a hero. With your help, I can be out of the city before nightfall. I wish to disguise myself as you and leave with your visa, so please let me exchange clothes with you. Okay. You hand her the spare change of clothes that Shima packed for you. Thank you so very much. Oh my. Don't look. Look at the floor. Wow, that was a good change of clothes. How do I look? Do you think this will fool anybody? It's so nice not to have to wear a stupid veil. Please, in order to leave the city, I need one more thing, although it will be dangerous for you. I must have your visa. Thank you ever so much. In return for your favors, I can only give you a token. Here is my mirror. You have but to show it to any woman in the palace and she will aid you. Again, my thanks and may fortune favor you. Farewell. Wait until she clears the alleyway before you leave, Effendi. I am called Mezun. Kaveen will not marry Zayisha, I will kill him myself before I will let him have her. I have been a servant to her since she was little, and her slave since Adavis made slaves. I will do anything for her. Adavis has a snake's eyes and hates all women, just like my uncle. The city has been destroyed by Kaveen and Adavis. If you need a place of safety in the palace sometime, the Haram will welcome you for the aid you gave my mistress. I shall tie a veil from the battlements at night to guide you. Mid-afternoon, okay. Oh, I have my visa. Oh, I might have taken a wrong turn. Yep, I did. Nobody's back yet? Should I walk to the palace? Sunset approaches. Get in there. Get in. It is a pity about our friend Ugarte, is it not? I can see you are as broken up by the affair as I am. However, it seems he asked someone the wrong questions about you. That was just a performance put on for your benefit this morning. Kaveen has known about Ugarte's water smuggling for a long time. A most dangerous man, Kaveen. Almost as dangerous as you are. I'm really not. My name's Reggie. I named my Saurus Veggie. Oh, okay. Oh, well, screw me then. I guess I'll just go to sleep. It's back. No. Stop it. My undies. As you enter, the sounds of the bar go still. It has been a pleasure dealing with you, my dear sir. What does that mean? Ferrari ignores you. Ferrari avoids your eye and your question as he studiously swats flies. Ferrari avoids your greeting as he studiously swats flies. Okay. All of a sudden, he don't like me. Uh-oh. You are under arrest for breaking the law of the Racier on this day, the 29th of the Serpent, year of the Jinn. Come quietly or you will be taken by force. You briefly consider struggling with the guards, but realize that there are just too many of them. You follow the guards through the dark streets, past the gates of the palace, and into the dungeon of Racier. Here we go. Do you happen to be somebody's cousin? After being dragged to the dungeon of the palace, you are roughly searched, beaten, and questioned by the guards. They warn you the Kaveen will be coming soon to personally question you, and that you won't enjoy it. They don't know what Reggie's kinks are. The kata is thin and looks as if he has been recently beaten. Your equipment has been carefully searched and neatly laid out on a table, awaiting Kaveen's inspection. Hello, kitty cat. The kata just stares suspiciously at you. You tell the kata about your friendship with his cousin Shima. My heart says that you are a friend, yet my mind fears you are a trap. Is there not some token you can show me to prove what you say? Well, this is the only thing left on me, so... A pin like that can only be seen by a friend. Such is its magic. You must be very trusted by my people to gain such a thing. Well, kata friend, let us escape this very dangerous place. You mean you could have done it at any time? You were just waiting for me? My name, Sharaf, means honor. It is rumored that Kaveen is but a tool for someone more cruel and powerful, someone who uses magic to rule Raysir. Kaveen is the most feared man in all Raysir, although rumor has it he is not the most powerful. The magic of the kata is subtle, an oil lamp that never burns out, a door that always opens to your touch, a pin that can only be seen by friends. The grandmothers of our grandmothers' grandmothers were born in this place. Kata have lived here since before there was even a city. No one can keep the kata from their home. The kata will come back. Ah, yeah, that's what it... We are little folks, yes. Still, we can bring down the state. There is a concealed passageway somewhere outside this cell. I have helped others escape by passageways before, but this is the first I have been trapped in a cell. I am not easily captured. I was captured when a former member of the underground betrayed us, and the guards found where I stayed. The resistance consists of many of the guards and townsfolk who rebel against the tyranny of the new emir. The new emir is but a fool, and the underground will soon depose him. Now that you've made friends and told tales, it's time to think about escaping. Okay, so follow me. I will follow you gladly, but first we must escape this cell. Well, I have heard from others in the underground that there is a concealed passage in the cell outside this, in the room outside the cell. The entrance to the passageway should be here. Yes, it is here. Lend your strong shoulder to the task. I have helped others escape through the secret passageways. Do not fear, I will lead you to safety through the passageways, kata friend. Perhaps before you leave, you should pick up your equipment over there near the cell. But do not dally too long, or the guards will surely come. I wanted to be a magic fetcher. The kata leads you through dark passages under the palace to a secret exit into the Raysir streets. I knew there was something special about this barrow place. If I understand correctly, you are he who defended Shaipir from those magical elementals, and you are now here to liberate our fair city. I am impressed by your sense of honor, yet despite your previous heroics, I think you will need assistance in taking down the entire Rysarian regime. I believe you should lay low for now, friend of the Kata. If you are captured again, they will surely kill you on sight. Tomorrow night, the Underground will launch an attack on the palace in an attempt to overthrow the Emir. If you can manage to stay out of Kavin's hands for one more day, you would be a very valuable ally to us. I can sleep in this barrel tonight. Um, okay. Wait. I know that there's pain if you hold on for one more day. You can break through from the rain. Oh, okay. We're always going to say goodbye. So I don't want to go back to the blue parrot. Oh, it's almost dark. I'm not allowed to be out in the streets at dark. Oh my. You find you cannot move. The man before you has a low, pleasant voice and eyes like a snake. Reggie, I am your friend. Remember your friend, Adavis? Remember my voice. Remember my face. Trust me, I am your friend. You try to struggle, but your body will not obey. You cannot even close your eyes, but you try to avoid his gaze. There is something about his eyes, though. I am your friend, and you trust me. Trust in my words. Trust in my eyes. Look in my eyes and trust me. You look at his eyes and cannot look away. They seem to glow. His words seem to whirl around your head. Reggie, I am your friend. Obey now your friend Adavis. Obey now my words. Obey now my voice. Trust in your friend and obey me. You find yourself relaxing. You are with a friend. His eyes are gentle and his smile warms you. Reggie, you know me. I am your friend, Adavis, who helped you escape from the dungeons of Raysir. Together we seek to aid our friend, Emir Arus. I was his trusted vizier, remember? You find yourself nodding at this humble, gentle man. To end the evil reign of Kaveen and restore our friend the Emir Arus, together we must go out into the desert. We must journey to the Forbidden City and recover the magic item that will break the spell upon the Emir. We need to get the statue of Iblis. Yes, you know this is something you've got to do. but you frown as you try to remember something you once heard about Iblis. You remember the statue of Iblis, don't you? It has remarkable powers and can break any spell it touches. We need to take the statue to Arus, our friend. Together, let us save the city of Raisir. He puts his arm on your shoulders and you smile. Here is a man of great wisdom that you have trusted and respected, and he needs your help. Together you will save the Emir. You and Adavis will get the statue of Iblis. You there, try walking through the door now. No, fool, pass through it. Oh, get out of the way. You have no idea how or why you got here, but it is nice to be able to help such a nice man. I cannot be mistaken. My translation of the prophecy must be correct. It must be you. Of all the stupid heroes in the world, I had to be cursed with you. What is wrong? How does it go? For 1,000 years and a year, Iblis will be bound. I know that it has been 1,001 years to this very day, so that must be correct. Beneath the tombstones of the city that he once did found, this is the Forbidden City, there is no doubt of that. Then comes a hero from the Northland, led unto despair. You are the only hero that I have found recently. It must be you, and I have no doubt you will despair before I am through with you. Passing through the door unopened, that he will find there. The door, accursed door, why can you not pass through it? When the moonlight shines between the dragon's jaws, and is caught and held there by the scorpion's claws. The moon, it is not due to rise between the two constellations until tomorrow. How can I be wrong? I will not be denied. I cannot be wrong. It did not say 1,001 years and a day. No. But how can the moon be where it cannot be? You're the hero. Answer me how the moon can be between the dragon and the scorpion. Hi. How can the moon be between the dragon and the scorpion? With a mirror. You whip the mirror out of your pocket and carefully direct the reflected moonlight between the constellations. Whoops, I shouldn't have helped him. At last! Now, how does the rest of the prophecy go? And at last the hero, he who waits behind, shall see, while Iblis rises by the dark one, and the light shall flee. By the name of Suleiman, so shall this be. Now you know all you need to know. Go in there and bring me the statue of Iblis. You got it, boss. Yeah, I know, I can't help but help him. For a few moments, your mind is overwhelmed by the squalling, whirling wind. Then the euphoric feeling starts to fade and you stand alone in the darkness. The past few hours are hazy in your memory. You remember only one thing clearly. You are here to find the statue of Iblis. It's a little dark in here. Ice? What the? Okay. I swear that I beat all the games to take the save from the first to the fourth, but maybe I didn't because I really don't recognize this. What? Well, would you believe a good idea but bad timing? Okay. It sounds to me like I should keep trying. Oh, no! Oh, Reggie. Maybe I gotta turn the game speed down for this. What? Either your imagination just got the better of you, or some unknown, yet not wholly unfamiliar, young man was just teleported into the middle of the raging river a few seconds before falling to his death. Wait, maybe it's a cruel Easter egg of some sort. The length some programmers go through to get some cheap laugh out of the audience. I think it was another King's Quest guy. Phew. Great volumes of air are being sucked into this small hole. Block hole, push rocks, apply force. Uh-oh. Your foot slips due to the force of the air rushing into that small opening. There is tremendous pressure from all the wind trying to surge you into the hole, and you struggle to overcome it. Whew, that was close. Alright, we'll come back to that. I think it was another Quest for Glory, but I'm not 100. Oh man, I don't even need to be on this side. Okay, but like, ready. Oh, okay. It looked like, I think his name is Brandon. Um, Maybe it's not Brandon. Brian, but it looked like Air Today, Gone Tomorrow. The black hair. Oh, it's very windy. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, I am a magic user. There we go. Cut. What? No. Oh my. The heat of this room is painful. You feel the sweat pour down from you and hear it sizzle on the ground below. There is the distinct odor of brimstone around you. Oh dear. I mean, I kind of saw that happening. No, fire berries. Fire berries are my wire hangers. I tried the water skiing already and it was like, that's not a good thing to use here. Unless if I drink it or something. I think I'm supposed to just memorize. So I can't get hit more than 3 times. God damn it, Reggie. I doed it. Let's just do that a better way. That's really embarrassing, Reggie. Thank you. You hear a deep, echoing voice. None shall enter, none shall pass, but he who speaks the name of power. Speak now the name of power. The name of power. Puddintain. Is this something Aziza taught me I should have been paying attention to? Dominion. Iblis? I'm gonna get some more water while I think about it. Yeah, I'm thinking Iblis. I'll probably try that one. I'm back. Okay, that's what we're gonna go with. Iblis. You hear a roar of rocks collapsing in the distance. Whoop, I guess that was wrong. This is probably something Aziza told us. I know she talked to us about Iblis. I didn't pay attention to what she said. Oh yeah, what did he just say? I knew I should have paid attention. What was that guy he mentioned? That was it. Now, what? It's very dark in here. Touch nothing but the lamp. Okay, don't touch it. Just go through the door, buddy. A glow illuminates this chamber. It flows from an object high atop the strange structure before you. At the sight of the glowing object, you feel irresistibly drawn forward. Your feet seem to move with a will of their own. As you draw near, you see that the object is a statue made of crystal, or crystal. A dark, shapeless form stirs within it. The crystal's cool glow is numbing. You feel compelled to pick it up, but as you reach out, you are suddenly unable to move. Fool! Some hero you are, a pawn of the very man you sought to destroy. My Lalik. Thanks to your help, I now have that through which I can summon the greatest destructive power ever known, Iblis himself. Do you know how long I have waited this moment? 70 years. You look fabulous. What is your skincare routine? 70 years I have served the Dark Master while waiting for the stars to align. 70 years I have spent learning the magic that controls men's minds and waiting for a fool to fulfill the prophecy for me. Tonight, as the moon arises between the scorpion's claws and the dragon's teeth, I shall begin the ritual that shall make me the master. I will control Iblis, and thus control the world. while you, pawn of prophecy, shall remain behind in this tomb. You shall be he who waits behind. That was what was in my yearbook also. Voted most likely to wait behind. Farewell, hero. But I thought we were best friends. Don't feel bad. You still have real friends out there, Reggie. Did I just cast? It's probably a good thing I cast calm. I probably need to keep myself calm. If you're calm, it's for the best. The spell doesn't even begin to move the rocks blocking the doorway. They're too large. Your spell doesn't even begin to move the rocks blocking the doorway. They are too large. There is still a source of magic in this room. Hmm. Hmm. Um, missing something. There's still a source of magic in this room. I don't know, do I? A pizza box. Put the pizza box on it. Are you asking me that because you know I'm supposed to put something on the pedestal, or you ask me that like generally curious? Okay. Thought you knew something I didn't. Hmm. Just climb over it, Reggie. Yeah. It. I think it's in the music. I mean, I'm thinking that. So I'm doing detect magic, and it says there is still a source of magic in this room, which is the only clue so far that I feel like I have. That I still have something I need to do in the room, but Reggie, where are you? How did you get where you are? Yeah, I felt like I'd run out of mana at some point. I'm pretty stumped, I'll say that. The elementals aren't really helping me. It's saying there's a source of magic in the room, but I don't know where to... I thought I was going to be able to see better using that. Okay. Not that I see. Oh, fuck you. You see a small golden ring around the tip of a stalagmite, or is it a stalactite? You pick up the ring and read the inscription. He who waits behind. As you put it on your finger, you twist it a bit to see its design. I may grant you 3 wishes, O Master of the Ring. What is your first wish? I've been in the ring so long, I think I forgot. You can call me Janai, though. It was rumored that the Sultan of Isfahan was in love with a cow, but I guess that was a long time ago. Well, I was supposed to make sure Iblis doesn't get loose, so now I guess I gotta help you bring him back, as the prophecy says. Iblis was the most powerful of all the Genii. 1,000 years ago, 1,000 years and a year ago, he created a huge city here and tried to make all men bow before him. Suleiman summoned all the jinn to his side, and with their power turned the city into Iblis's tomb. Then Iblis himself was caught and bound, and became the statue you saw there. Suleiman ben Daud was the wisest of the wise, strongest of the strong, most magicalist of the magicians. He was also very kind, and made me he who waits behind, and put me in the ring. I'm the Janai of the ring. Suleiman asked for someone to stay here and guard to make sure Iblis didn't escape. I volunteered. All the other jinn laughed at me because I'm not very good at magic. But not Suleiman. He said I'd do fine and let me be he who waits behind. I guess he was wrong, huh? Iblis is gone, and you and I are kind of stuck here, aren't we, Master? You are the Lord of the Ring, since you put it on and twisted it. Your wish is my command, as long as it helps return Iblis here. We Jinn are very great and powerful. Well, some of us are anyway. This used to be the city that Iblis created, but after Suleiman and I and all the other Jinn beat Iblis, this became kind of his tomb, I suppose. The prophecy may have become a bit garbled over the years, but the original went like this when Suleiman taught it to me. 1,000 years and a year, so shall Iblis be caught in the tombstones of the city where he and I once fought. Until moonlight has been captured twixt the scorpion and drake, then comes a hero from the Northlands, and the ancient powers awake. Led and followed by a dark one, guide to deceit and despair, passing through the trial by fire, trials of water, earth, and air. Passing through the door unopened, barrier that yields to none, by my name of Suleiman, so shall this be done. Come at last unto betrayal, and to he who waits behind, that's me. And now how did that go? And Iblis shall rise, and something about a final night. I'll remember it sometime. Do you mind if I'm smoke? Alright. What is your wish, Master? Oh. Strength, intelligence, agility, vitality, luck, magic, weapon use, parry, dodge, stealth, lock picking, throwing, climbing, communication, healing, teleport to Iblis. Enough already. Hold on, let me think about that. This is my chance. I could pick up throwing and climbing. I guess. Cast communication. By my power, may you have the skill of 10 men. Gee, it's so nice when my magic actually works. Guess just magic in general? Maybe luck. Give me luck. There will be no safety for anyone until Iblis is returned, Master. We must hurry and bring him back. In the name of Suleiman bin Daoud, the Binder, and by my power as he who waits behind, take us to Iblis. Wow, what do you know? It worked! My magic really worked! We are now in what you call Raisir. This is as close to Iblis as I could get. There are some very powerful spells coming from that palace over there. We don't have much time. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's go. There is a soft whisper from the alleyway. Hero friend, what magic you have at your command. The underground is prepared to attack the palace. If you need to enter there, we will provide some distraction for you. However, we are almost ready, so you must hurry before you are caught in our battle. Sharaf silently sneaks off. Like a cat? What is this? Oh, this is my ring. Probably shouldn't just walk right up to it, but... A eunuch patrols the parapet. It is a scarf left by the harem girl to show the way. Oh dear. All because I walked a little too close to the palace. Well, world's over, I guess. Seems a bit extreme. Fine. I'm not gonna be so nice. Hurry, Master, you must follow me. You race through the palace passageways, pausing now and again to evade scurrying guards. The Genii of the Ring, for all of his forgetful nature, seems to have a clear idea of where he's taking you. Through here, Master. Iblis is close, and time is short. There, Master. Through that door over there is the ritual chamber, where Iblis is being summoned. Let's go. The people of the city are revolting, and Adavis has to choose this time of all times to do some sort of magical ceremony. I am ordered to guard this door when I should be out leading the troops. A pox upon the head of all magicians. You will have to give the orders. Let no one into the palace. If a single person gets past you, I'll have your head on a platter. To hear is to obey, sir. Well, what are you waiting for? We need to get to that door. Okay, well, let's kill this guy. Alright. That wasn't what I was supposed to do. We could calm him down, make him sleepy. Kaveen visibly relaxes and appears to lose track of his train of thought. For a moment, he seems not to know what to do. Oh. Okay. Wow. Now, through the door at the top of the stairs is Iblis. There is some sort of spell on the door, but I don't know what it is. There is an awful lot of magic around here. There is an incredibly powerful magic going on in the room beyond the door at the top of the stairs. I honestly did not think that calm was gonna work. I was kind of doing it as a joke, honestly. I thought I had to like walk down and then fight him. Oh my. Hear me, O dark powers. Light the darkness and bind Iblis to me forever. You seem to have triggered a magical spell on that statue, Master. That's got it, boss. Now stop those candles. Oh, sorry. I'm new at this. You will pay. By the powers of all darkness, by the power of my name, shall your soul be mirrored outward, and your body be the same. Kaveen will enjoy having you for his very own, but I doubt that you will live very long. You will pay for preventing me from releasing Iblis. You will pay. Your transmogrification by incantation presages your expiration, but your instigation prevented devastation by Iblis's domination. That is, you saved the world, but all you got for it was Saurus breath. Next time, take a moment to reflect before you enter this situation. Not really sure what I could have done differently. Oh, yeah, I didn't cast Reflection. I forgot I was supposed to do that. So the hero has a reversal spell. Well, there's a way around that. Stop him, Master. Don't let him cast that spell. A car. Dang it. Hooray! Thank you, Master. Now I can take Iblis back to his tomb where he will be safe for another 1,000 years and a year. I knew I would remember it. The real prophecy is 1,000 years and a year, so shall Iblis be caught in the tombstones of the city where he and I once fought, until moonlight has been captured twixt the scorpion and drake. Then comes a hero from the north, and ancient powers wake. Led and followed by our dark one, guide to deceit and despair, passing through the trial by fire, trials of water, earth, and air. Passing through the door unopened, barrier that yields to none, by my name of Suleiman, so shall this be done. Come at last unto betrayal, and to he who waits behind. Seek ye then to capture Iblis, ere he rises unconfined. Else shall come the night eternal, darkness overshadows light, unless a hero seeks the darkness and restores the wrongs to right. Bye-bye, Master. It's been fun. Dun, dun, dun. With the help of the slave woman Mayzoon, you found the Amir Ali hiding in his bedroom. With your urging and a few sharp remarks from Mayzoon, the Emir swore he'd restore the city. By the first light of dawn, the Emir Ali al-Din Hassan ordered all fighting to cease and proclaimed the evil rule of Adavis and Kaveen to be over. As the Emir began an incredibly dull speech, you slipped away to complete your quest. You stand beside the cracked and dry fountain in Razir's Plaza of the Fountain. You hold in your hands the water skin containing the water elemental that you captured so long ago in Shaipir. Like 4 days ago. The elemental under your command is released into the fountain. You stare in wonder at the powerful transformation of the plaza by the magic of the water elemental. Hi, guys. The Sultan personally sent me to return you to his palace, hero of all Shaipir. And Razor. Palace of the Sultan. Upper left corner, Jesse. Reggie, thou shalt stand before the Sultan Harun al-Rashid, may he reign forever, to be judged. Will anyone speak for the stranger of the north? We shall speak for Reggie. We are Shamin and Shima, keepers of the Kata's Tail Inn. When the Kata were driven from Raisir, we journeyed to the Northland in search of a hero. We met Reggie. Through his courage and skills, he restored the Baron's son and daughter and banished the wicked Baba Yaga. He became hero of Spielberg. He journeyed with us back to Shaipir. Here he defeated the elementals of fire, air, earth, and water to save our city. He is a true hero. Who will speak for this hero of Spielberg? I shall speak for Reggie. Thanks, Aziza, my girl. I am the Enchantress Aziza. You sure are, baby. This man, of his own free will, went into the desert and sought the plant woman Julinar. Through his kindness and compassion, he allowed Julinar to forget the pain and suffering of her past and to again face life with joy. This man also found a caged beast in the desert. Though it was wicked and most foul, Reggie turned aside its wickedness and restored its humanity. We shall hope it may learn from the kindness of the hero. This man is a true hero. Can Reggie get that kiss now? Who will speak for this man of kindness? Oh my god, Amir. I shall speak for Reggie. She totally touched my face. I'm never washing my face again. I am Ziyasha, daughter of the Emir Ali al-Din Hassan. In order to escape the repression of my homeland Raisir, I asked this stranger for aid. At the risk to his own life, he helped me escape from the city. He is a true hero. Who will speak for this man of courage? Nothing's good enough for you, hey? Let him have a voice that he may speak. Could we dispel him now, Aziza? You offer one of your dispel potions to the Saurus. When Adavis transformed me into a Saurus, I lost all hope of returning to my own form. Nope, didn't need it this time. Yet this man showed me his courage, kindness, and honor, and I knew that Reggie would restore me, even though I abandoned him in the desert to die many times. Who will speak for this man of honor? The Sultan shall speak for Reggie. I am Harun al-Rashid, Sultan of the land of Shaipir. I am the poet Omar, teller of tales for all to hear. By the words which have been spoken, by the deeds that have been done, I proclaim this man a hero. I now call this man my son. Daddy! For a split second, I was like, oh, they're just reusing the Omar's, I shall speak for him. Lay down me Marquish, daddy. You're gonna give me a sword? This man has shown courage in the face of great danger, kindness to those in need, generosity to the poor, honesty in dealing with others, and mercy to his enemies. He is a man of great honor. Reggie, I, Rasha Rakesh Saturna, offer you my sword Soulforge. Will you accept it and the title of Paladin that comes with it? Dude, yes. I'm a Paladin by game 2. You tell Rakesh that you were honored to accept the title. Then you are now a Paladin. Yes! I have the sword! Paladin Reggie. Health 8 out of 80. I didn't know you could become a paladin so early. Look at this handsome man. Congratulations, you have successfully completed Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire. Your final score was 536 of 550 possible puzzle points. Play it again. Many of the puzzles are different. In the meantime, you are already a winner. Your hero will now be saved for use in Quest for Glory 3 Wages of War. Paladin Reggie. Your paladin has been saved as Paladin R.save. We did it, guys. I did not anticipate becoming a paladin. Now we should go back after the pizza guy. Oh, in the original game it says, come back for Shadows of Darkness. Has anyone got change for $1? Velcro Mama. The Joyzy Boy. Owner, graduate, and sole employee of the FACS. Mark Wilden. Alleys and plazas are my life. Monty Python Summer Replacement. Spellcaster Master. Edit compile test. Edit compile beep. It came from quality assurance. Gary Kamigawachi. You want me to work how much overtime? Quick and courteous cameo coding. Wombos and thuds. Binks and thweeps. Man. And so, as the moon moves slowly through the starry sky above the mountains and the desert of Shaipir, our hero bids a fond adieu to his latest set of adventures and miserable puns. Where will the road lead next? But wait, there's more to come in the next thrilling saga of Quest for Glory by Lori and Corey. Uh-oh. It's an evil lizard man. The end. Well, that was fun. I'm so excited that I'm going to get to be a paladin. Now I have a sword. Nobody can shame me for being a wizard. Oh yeah, Shadows of Darkness is pretty dang dark. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock. Think that's enough gaming for today. Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. I keep thinking that I've played these games and then I think that I haven't. or at least because I've played the beginnings of the game so often, but never like finished them, that it's like, oh, I've played this game. I don't think that I've ever really gotten yeah. I remember really liking Wages. Overall though, so having replayed this game and in the VGA version, I I still think it's probably my least favorite. There's just a lot of downtime. Yeah, I like the lion tours and I like the whole, I don't know, continent, like the African continent and moving through, and I don't know. I just really like. Yeah, and like I get it that like you're supposed to be, I guess, going out and killing people in the desert and haggling with the merchants day by day, and that the what the merchants sell are like maybe changing in the day. And then you're supposed to be, I guess, playing like the games with all the magicians to build up your skills and training with the guild hall. But like there's literally days where nothing happens. Like when I would browse through the playthrough or the walkthrough to make sure that I wasn't like wasting time, it would be like day 9, nothing happens today. Do whatever you want to do. Or day 11, nothing happens today. Okay, like I'm just going to literally walk around until the sun sets so I can go to sleep. That's why I think I definitely prefer um the first one is better because it's not like, I mean, all of the games have days. We can ask them. Well, let's find them on Twitter. I mean, all the games have days and everything. And I know that there's some parts of all the games where, like, I think maybe not the first one. The first one, I don't think it matters, like, what day you're on. I think some of the others, like, have to at least have had, like, a day pass between things happening. But, like, at least in the first one, like, as long as you know what you need to do, you just got to keep walking around and activating what you need to do so you can just work through it. Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad that I'm happy to be bringing a paladin already into the third one and then into the fourth one. I'm excited to tackle the fourth one with a very powerful Reggie, Paladin Reggie. um, but yeah, I don't. This one, I'll see how I feel after playing the third one in the next few days. But I'm pretty sure this is still my least favorite of the four. Right now, I'm saying, I think I was saying 4-1-3-2. Yeah, but I think it might end up being 4-3-2-1. Make Rocket go now. Um, I know that there's like special powers, there's like special things you can do as a paladin. Like I think you can save the Rizalki better or something. There's like people that you can help better or rescue somehow or do different things with because you are a paladin. Um, yeah. But I don't think I've ever yeah. I don't think I've ever I think I've only played as the paladin. Yeah, yeah, you can take Piotr's sword. I don't know that I'm gonna care about Piotr's sword, honestly. I've got the fucking soul forge of a lion tor. Um, yeah, that stuff's exciting. I know I've played through as a paladin, and I think it was either at least I don't know if I beat the game, but I played the game as a paladin for a little while, and I don't know whether it was cheat code or if I beat the game, became a paladin because of that, and then like did a playthrough with that import. But yes, yeah, 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 yeah. I think I did that. I don't think I then went through the entire game as a paladin, but I at least played a little bit. But we will be importing a professional paladin, not a new game plus paladin. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed because it's almost 10 o'clock and I have to go back to work tomorrow. Boo. Maybe I will play tomorrow, but I'll see about when the next nights that I feel up to streaming. I'll let you guys know, and we'll start with Wage of War. Okay. Good night.